Anjali Amla JC, Assistant Professor in Zoology. I'm here to talk about viral diseases. First we'll see what is a virus. So this is the content of my talk. So it will deal with the virus, structure and morphology, life cycle, what are the various viral diseases, how they are being caused and what are the treatments. So first, to start with the history, in 1898, Lofer and Frosch, they found an evidence that the foot-mouth disease in the cattle is being caused by an infectious agent. And this agent was being found to be even smaller than bacteria. And later it was being named as virus. In the year 1935, Vandal Stanley, he demonstrated that this virus could be crystallized. And now this virus is worldwide known. And we can find viruses mostly as causing viral infections. And so this virus is nothing but it is a small infectious agent that can replicate only inside the living cell. So it needs a living host in which it can live and reproduce. These viruses can infect all types of animals, plants, and even other organisms, even microorganisms like bacteria. So they are being named accordingly. So they are being called as like phytoxygnate, then bacteriophage, which infects the bacteria. So this study of virus as a whole, it is called as virology. So taking into the structure, so a virus actually consists of, or it has a genetic material, either it is a DNA or RNA, and that is being covered by a protein. And in some viruses, this protein coat itself is being covered by a membrane. For example, in HIV, human immunodeficiency virus, it is being covered by an envelope. The envelope is again formed of protein. So these are different types of viruses that we can see infecting the plants, animals, as well as the bacteria. So these are the various shapes the virus has. They have the polyhedral, spherical, complex, and even helical structures. And their size is so small, ranging from 10 nanometers to 50 nanometers. Next. So these viruses, they are found to be active only when they are inside the cell. But when we find them outside, they simply appear like a crystal. But once they are inside, they are active. Try to invade the different cells. So virus, when it is attacking any cell, it will be just getting attached to the cell, and the genetic material alone will be passed into the host cell. And once it is inside the host cell, it will be incorporated into the host cell, and it will be producing the viral cells. So here it shows the lysogenic as well as the lytic cycle. So once it is getting integrated into the host cell, it will enter into the lysogenic cell. So here it is the virus remains dormant. It just stays with the host DNA and it keeps on multiplying. Only it is multiplied. But later when it is getting activated or stimulated, then it will get into the lytic cycle, where it will be getting reassembled, where the viral particles will be reassembling and it will form the virus. And many viruses together will be formed, and finally causing damage to the whole host cell, it will be released. And these the newly formed viral cells will be ready enough to attack the new host cells. So these viruses, they cause various diseases in man. Say for example, the common cold, chickenpox, flu, herpes, AIDS, mumps, measles, hepatitis, meningitis, and pneumonia. So since they are very microscopic, they spread from one person to another very easily and even in a very shortest period. If in case the environment is being polluted or contaminated with a virus, even by breathing, one can get the viral particle inside the body. So this virus can also get into the person through the food that one eats. If he is eating a contaminated food, or the water if the water is contaminated, it will get into his body. The other ways of spreading is having sexual contact with a person who is already infected with the virus, and even with direct transmission from one person to another. Say for example, like touching a person or coming in contact with the infected person's body fluids or any such materials. So various symptoms of viral diseases are usually so it varies from one person to another depending on the condition of one's body. Say for example, in a class of 30, one person may be weak, one's immune system may be weak. So that person may be susceptible to viral infections of any type, but the other person may not get it. But the normal symptoms that we see in any viral diseases is flu-like symptoms. The person may be having cold, coughing, sneezing, and generally the person may be having a ill feeling. The person may suffer from stuffed nose, swollen lymph nodes, the tonsils swollen, and there is unexplained loss of weight. The causes of viral diseases, the common cold, it is being caused by a number of rhinoviruses, smallpox as we all know, rabies being caused by rabies virus, infectious hepatitis, poliomyelitis, all these. Besides this, it also affects the plants. So viral infection, it can even spread by other ways, as we have spoken about it earlier, by being bitten by an animal. Say for example, the rabies virus, if a person is being bitten by a rabid dog, the person will get the rabies virus in himself. And the breathing in of the air that's been contaminated, taking in the contaminated water or food, having sexual contact with already sexually infected, virus-infected persons, sharing needles for tattooing, touching the surfaces of contaminated persons or a person suffering from any viral infection, touching the materials that is being used by such infected people. The pattern of viral infection varies along with the different viral infections. It may be acute, it may be chronic, or it may be very slow. Say for example, in case of influenza, we find the virus multiplies very rapidly, killing more of the host cells. So thereby it multiplies very rapidly and the disease is being seen immediately. Say for example, in influenza and in smallpox. The other example, the very common example that you would have heard about is SARS. The chronic type is, it doesn't lead to any immediate cell death, hepatitis B and C. The latent type, where you can find there is a reactivation stage, example the shingles, and as we all know HIV, when the person is being infected, he will not show any infection for a long period, unless and until his immune system is weak enough to show that. Example, AIDS. The risk factors of viral diseases, it varies from one person to another depending on the immune system, depending on the physical self of a person, how he is, what type of job he does, everything. So other risk factors are like advanced stage, and if suppose the person is under any type of treatment, being taking continuously many drugs, then again the viral infection will be severe in those persons. Young children, including infancy and adulthood, school-going children. Moving on to the next thing, how to reduce the risk of getting infected with viral infections. One way is to avoid visiting or coming in contact with virally infected individuals. Even if we go to visit a person having a viral infection, we should not touch what are the things that are being used by him, or we should not touch the body fluids and get ourselves contaminated. The other ways are to avoid sexual activity with anyone having HIV or any such infections. And when we visit such type of people also, we should see that we wash our hands and we clean ourselves so that we don't get infected by the viruses. Very important is we should eat properly and we should take enough rest so that our body is able to maintain the immune system that should be strong enough to withstand the viral infection. Vaccination as recommended by the healthcare provided for viral diseases such as chickenpox, influenza, hepatitis, measles and mumps. We should also use sterile unused needles for when we take any type of injections, any type of drugs. Next. The treatment that is available for viral infection, it's again depending on the type of viral infection one gets. So this acetaminophen or brufen, it can be used when the symptoms like fever, body aches are being reported by the individuals. And these persons getting infected with the viral infections, they should drink lot of fluids, they should take balanced diet so that they can relieve themselves from viral infection. Thank you.